Well, this is probably one of the best ways, man, to get extra cash while you're trying to find and research for a grant or a job, or while you're going to school. Here's a fella who could have got, he's got an MBA, could have got all these kind of jobs, but he'd rather do this that requires no degree and just a car, because he goes out every day and delivers food to people who order food online, and he gets $1,000 a week to do that. And you've heard of these things, Uber and things like that. Uber Eats is one of them. Actually, he uses 3 websites. Now so you don't sign up for one, you sign up for 3. He said he signed up for one and wasn't making enough money, but he uses Postmates, Grubhub, and DoorDash. And actually, I think the DoorDash people, the guy who runs DoorDash is the richest guy in the country now, because that company is just booming because nobody wants to go out and pick up stuff anymore. So you can sign up as long as you have a car and figure out the app and just do it. And if you have trouble, you need help figuring out the app, well, there's free help. You go to your local library and they'll probably hook you up with somebody, a nonprofit or whatever, that help you figure out this kind of system. Or even you could call 211 or and find a nonprofit. Say, hey, I need help learning the internet or your computer, because that's where the action is. I mean, you imagine just on your laptop at home. And this fellow who has an MBA, he could make even a lot more money and doing lots of other things. He'd rather do this at $1,000 a week, and that's enough to pay a lot of stuff. So even if you just got to shovel out from underneath all your bills, this is a good way to do it. And it takes very little training or whatever. So just get over the hurdle if you have any, computer fears or whatever. Here's an article about him, and the article is really good because it takes it, what to think about. You're not going to make as much money by just doing one of these things. You have to use more than one, and figure out the robots. See, the robots hand out the job. See, you don't have a boss, you have a robot as your boss, and you can figure it out. Anybody can. Remember, I mean, when you first had to learn to drive a car, you figured it out because you got to do it, right? It's a little difficult at first, but you figure out. Same way with computers. You got to do it if you want to earn money. Yeah. So you figure it out, and you get on with life, and that's important. So look at these kinds of things. I mean, boy, people going around, I mean, you may or may not get the government money that's there. It takes effort, but you have to pay their bills and get that pressure off. So if you have some other kind of income coming in, that will alleviate that pressure. And I'll try to find more ways like this to share with you on how to do and how to follow up and try it. See, it costs nothing. You don't need a degree. You don't need any kind of background or whatever. You just have to know how to drive. And people use their scooter, use their bicycles, all kinds of things. So it's really, it's a wild, wild west out there. Lots of new ways to do things, and you got to start learning them so you can grow, because that's where the growth is.